Hi guys, Spink here. This is episode 15 of Let's Play Kerbal Space Program. Okay, so what we're doing at this point is trying to improve the satellite network that I put up. I use these directional antennas, and all I'm actually able to do with them is point them at each of the other satellites, because they're out of range of these other ones, these shorter range ones, which have a range of 2.5 million kilometers rather, or 2.5 thousand, I believe. Yeah, 2.5 thousand. 2.5K. So, so what I've done, let's get out of here, is I've designed a new satellite, and we're going to put these up. So this is ComSat Mark II, and what this guy looks like, he's got three of the solar panels, the ones that unfold, and he's got three of these DTS M1 communications arrays here, antennas, and I have as much battery power as I'm going to need. I use this fuse box mod here and put in the altitude that I plan on going at, and that tells me that I have a dark time of 15 minutes and 38 seconds. So I designed these satellites to have enough battery power to get through that dark time, but not a great deal more. I'm not overbuilding these ones like I normally do. And he also has a Communitron 16, and this is going to be our main antenna that we're using to keep all of these satellites in communication with each other. The Communitron 16 has a range of 2.5 million miles, or 2,500 kilometers. So what I'm going to do with these guys is put them, I'm going to need three of them. Come on. All right. I'm going to put them in a 1.5 million meter orbit. So 1,500 kilometer orbit, which I think is going to be far enough out that they'll still be able to reach the space center when they're above it or when they're in line of sight, and they're all going to be within range of each other. And then I have the three antennas, the three directional antennas on them. One will point to the moon, one will point to Minmus here, and the other will just point to whatever the active ship is. And we should be able to, with that, have everything covered out to Minmus. So when that satellite network is set up, then we're going to put a satellite around Minmus with an antenna pointing back to Kerbal, and then we'll have continuous contact between those, and the same with Minmus. So I'll launch this first one. Where'd he go? There he is. And then after it works, yeah, because it's going to work, then I'll put the other ones up off screen, offline. Okay, let's see if I can make this work. Let's see, I don't need that up. I've actually was able to do this using the simulation mode, so hopefully we're good. Oh, I added a new mod. It's, as you can tell, it adds clouds to Kerbal here, which I thought was kind of cool. Let's see if I can get this guy to do a gravity turn. Come on, get over here. Let's see if that's far enough. And then just let him wiggle, and then just let him fall over on his own. Okay, what else did I add? I added another one. Oh, there was one that I added that added lights, some like marker lights to various things, and we'll see that when the satellite gets into orbit. Okay, so you can see it's just slowly keeling over. I've got the SAS off. This is an unmanned satellite, obviously, or unmanned mission. I do have a probe body in here, and I have another one right there that's going to be used to dispose of the launch vehicle once we're in once we get this guy in orbit. Let's see if we can bring this back down to the marker here, the line. Not too bad. We're up to a 90, almost 100,000 here on the apoapsis. And I'm just going to let this guy run until he's out of fuel. There we go. All right. Put a maneuver node up here, and I want to bring this guy out to 1.5 kilometer, 1,500 kilometers. I don't know if that's a good height or a bad height, but it's it seemed to be reasonable when I was thinking this out. And I need to have 3 of these guys in an equilateral triangle close enough. All right, we are out of the atmosphere, so we will stage. And there we've brought out our probe, and I'm using one of the action groups to unfold all our antennas and the solar panels. So, because we need to have this other this communitron here needs to be extended, because the currently what we're going off of are these little ones here, and they only have a 500 kilometer radius, so we're gonna run out of power pretty quick. Also, we do have to set one of these guys to ComSat 4, which is this one right here, so that we're going to ensure that we have connection all the way through. All right, let's see, we're on our node, and we've set in our planned maneuver. I'm going to build the other maneuver node while we're working here. You can do that, which is kind of handy. Bring that in to 1500. What is that? 1530, 1507. While the other burn is being taken care of. Oh, it's going to have to wait. Oh, I have to wait till this burn is done. Something's screwed up on it. We might need to put in a override here. Should things get a little crazy. I don't know why that popped like that. Don't know if I accidentally grabbed it and moved it or what was going on, but we certainly don't want to go out that far. We'll keep an eye on our apoapsis here, and I'll throw in a burn command of 0 throttle once we get there. I'm not entirely sure. Now this one might be okay. You have to keep an eye on him. I wonder if I can just cancel it like this. We'll see. Might be okay. Yeah, looks like it's going to be good. Okay, there we go. All right, next, let's get our, it's not perfect, but it's good enough for now. We'll get this out and circularize it. We've got to make sure we have all of our commands put in while we have a communications link. .608. That's pretty good. Okay, let's go down here, make sure everything's still looking good on this dude. He is. And we've got our satellite. Now, as this comes around here, we should stay in contact with him. But even if we don't, as we come out here, we're going to get within that communitron range of this other satellite. So we'll be fine either way. So we'll put him here. I think we'll just keep him on prograde for now, which is what we'll want to be on when we end up anyway, so we don't really need to be showing all of these. There. That's what I want? No. That's what I want. Just the direct ones. So you can see that we have a connection through this satellite back to the Space Center. And then that cone shape here, we're going to get out of the range of this guy's antenna now when we come out of that cone shape, and see we picked up this guy. So these satellites, they're going to certainly serve us in letting us get our other network set up. So they're certainly good for that. They weren't a waste. We got quite a bit of money out of them from fulfilling contracts, plus just the experience of learning how to place them and screwing up every which way, so that less likely to do that when it on these ones now when it's okay. So we've gone into shadow. Oh, no, I guess we just every time we turn this guy, he's going to have to readjust his solar rays. But we're going to get into the shadow of Kerbal here pretty quick, and you'll see when we do, it'll tell us how long our batteries is going to last. It'll give us an actual minutes and seconds. And if we look at this with a 1500 kilometer orbit, we're going to be in the dark for 15 minutes 38 seconds. So we need to have enough battery power to last through that. All right. All right, let it do its thing. We'll watch it from this side this time. How are we doing on gas? I think we got plenty of gas. Let's make sure our orbit's coming out, and it certainly is. Now we're connected through ComSat 3. And there we go. Not too shabby. So we're at 1500 and 1467. So we need to come out to this side and add another maneuver node to circularize that orbit. 1511. 1500, 288. 1500. Yeah, it's close enough. Close enough, as they say. Okay, we'll get this guy out here, and then we will, let me make sure I've given him the order. Give him a node order. Okay. So if we should, for whatever reason, lose command, he'll still execute that. Oh, good, that's going to be in the daylight. And we get that put in. I think we just fell through our dark side there. I didn't see how far we went. But I believe we have one. Now we're not. Yeah, who are we connected through now? I wonder. Oh, we connected to him. Let me get both of these up so we can see who we're connected to. Oh, we're still connected. We've got our other antenna pointing to this guy just as a fail-safe. So we're good. All right. So I've got the same situation with these. In this 1500 kilometer orbit, I need to get at least 3 satellites up. 3 in a equilateral triangle is the ideal. Get him on his node here. All right, every time we move, we're gonna take a while to get our panels realigned. Okay, so we're right there. And this should get us more or less arranged. And once I get the rest of the satellites up, I'll fine-tune them all. The important thing is to get our orbital period the same, and that way they'll all stay the same distance apart relative to each other, even if I don't have the distances exactly. I believe that's how that works anyway. Okay, and there was that last little burn. Oh, look at that. 1500, 0.8 and 0.5. Good job. All right, so now we have to ditch this guy. We'll do our last stage, get rid of this guy. And now I've got this last little probe body on here so that we can try to get the remainder of this rocket into a re-entry so he burns up and we don't leave space junk. So that's the goal. Okay, we're going to put him on orient to the radial. Now this is probably going to affect the satellite's orbit to a certain extent, but hopefully not too bad. Oh yeah, you see it just screwed up my orbit just a smidge there. So we'll put him back on Grady. Did I get all these guys set up here? We don't need to worry about him just yet. Let's switch over to this other guy, and we are going to put him in a... All right, we got to make sure we got him good. 1000 S, 100% throttle. Let's give him just a smidge of throttle here so I can get into a retrograde. Can we move? Whoops, see? Keep doing that. There we are. Let's get him into a retrograde, because he doesn't have a great deal of range with these little antennas, so I've got to move relatively quickly. And he doesn't have a great deal of power either. Okay, so I'm going to put him on a just basically burn up the rest of his fuel. Burn 100%. Why is he not doing it? What if I don't have the... Oh, we lost connection with him. Where are you at, boy? Are we on this guy? Let's go back to him. Where'd he go. Well, let's just fast forward a bit. He'll come around and pick up, hopefully he'll pick something up. I didn't quite get my burn done. I don't know why. I don't think he's got enough actual range on that antenna to do anything. So what I'm going to do with him instead is we will reclassify him as debris, and then he will not show up on that. So now we have, let's get shifted back over to what the hell has happened to this guy. What happened to his orbit? I have no idea. Oh, that's this guy. Who are you? ComSat, unset target. Switch to. What did I do to this guy? Surely, oh, gee, many Christmases. Wonder if I sent that, oh boy, I wonder if I sent that, sheet, man. Well, hopefully I've got enough, set him to retrograde. And we'll, yeah, set him 100 seconds, full throttle. And we'll, whoa, 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 oh, bother, oh, bother. Oh, okay, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. I thought I screwed it up, but I only screwed it up. All right, we've got to bring this back down to 1.5 before we run out of gas. How much gas we got? Quite a bit. Okay. Hey, now that's still good. Actually, we should stop right here, because that's not the most efficient place to be doing this from. All right, well, not entirely sure how I screwed that up. This needs to come back out to 15. Hopefully I didn't burn. I had him in such a nice orbit too. I'm not sure what I did to him to get this. There we go. Okay, so we will send an exit. Let's see, he's holding one tree. We'll send him there. We'll send node. Now the problem is he might run out of connection, but I think he'll be okay. One of these satellites will be in range, hopefully. But because he's gonna be way out here, he's going to be possibly in the shadow of Kerbal for longer than we are. I see he's out of range now. No, he's picked up somebody. But that's all right. That's all right. He may be in that shadow for longer than I had planned. Oh, that worked out just perfectly. And may end up running out of power. So we'll have to see. How much gas? We got lots of gas. We should be able to fix this. Hey. All right. Okay. So that's fixed more or less. We're at 1501, which isn't too shabby. Bring this guy way back in. Boy, I'm really glad I figured out that this guy was jetting off to Timbuktu before he got too far. He would have been heading for Minmus. Alright, bring this guy in. This guy in this way. 15, getting close. What am I doing? Do I know what I'm doing? Probably not. Slow him down until he gets back into right this spot. Whoops. That's what happens when you push it the wrong way. All right. Good. There we go. That's close enough for right now. I'll figure him out offline here. Okay, so we'll send the exec and we'll send him his node. And then we'll speed up until we get there. All right, we're going to go into the shadow here. And we're going to be in the, see, now we're in the shadow. All right, so we're not going to have the, so hopefully we'll pull out of here. Yeah, all right, we pulled out. Okay. All right. And he's staying in command well enough. We've got a 6-second burn and we have 35 seconds of fuel, so that should be good. And then I'll fine-tune him offline. All right. Okay. So I need to maybe put a better antenna on the lifter stage so that I can get him out of there, or at least make sure I don't screw that up again. Okay, he's close enough. He's not as good as he was, but he's close enough. Okay, so let's kill this node, go down here, and if you can see this little green thing over here and there's a little red one on this side, this is what I got that navigation light, that aviation light mod for. I forget exactly what it's called. Let me find it. It is the Aviation Lights. Aviation Lights is what I added, and the other one is Environmental Visual Enhancements. That's what added the clouds. It also adds city lights at night, but I didn't really care for how that looked, so I just took the cloud part of it. But this I thought was pretty cool. Got these nice little red and white marker lights on this thing. So, and they've got different lights that flash at different rates, and I've fiddled with them and got to see what looked the best for me. So, all right, let's put this guy on a prograde. That seems to do pretty good as far as keeping him aligned with the sun, although with these rotational solar rays, it's much less of a problem than with trying to deal with the stuff that I had before. All right, let's see. Now we've got to set these antennas up. This one is going to be set to the moon. This one is going to be set to Minmus. And this one will be set to active vessel. Now we should be in range of these other satellites just through their the little red one. What is this called? Communotron. This little Communotron here is what the Communotron 16 has a range of 2,500 kilometers. So that's what I'm going to use as my close-in communications. And then you can see these cones are showing out here. This is showing the coverage of those other two antennas pointing to Minmus and pointing to the moon. So what I'm going to do is put a satellite around the moon pointing to Kerbal and one around Minmus pointing to Kerbal, and all of these satellites here are going to have this same array, so we'll always have coverage of the moon and Minmus. Depending on what I do here, if I just put one satellite around the moon, obviously there's going to be a blackout period when it goes behind it, but I think that's okay. If it turns out to be a problem, then I'll just put a pair of them, on opposite orbits, and that will take care of that just fine. Or I could put it in a polar orbit, and then it wouldn't really, I could have an orbit aligned this way to where he's always, Not sure how that works. I might end up... Anyway, I'm just jabbering and babbling. Okay, so now I'm going to put up the other 2 to 3 satellites for this network, and I think I will disable these other ones because they're of extremely limited use other than getting this network set up. Once this inner network is set up, these satellites here are not terribly useful. I don't think they are anyway. Maybe I'll just classify them as well, I don't know what I'll do with them. Maybe we'll just have to see. Anyway, that looks like time for this particular episode, so I'm going to call this to a close, and next time hopefully we'll see this network all set up. Thanks for watching.